welcome back. So we've got the old van out today, and if you're following along on the channel, well, then you know that this is the first time that I've been out since I had a heart attack. So I guess if you're not following the channel, backstory, just over a month ago I was out in my garage working on this thing and it gave me a heart attack. I ended up in the emergency room, emergency surgery. They put a stent in my heart. I had the widowmaker blockage. And since I figured we'd get back after it finally after a little bit over a month, I'm feeling a lot better. We'd bring the old van out and we'd see what we can do. So it is incredibly warm here in Nebraska today. I believe we're actually in a heat advisory right now. It's supposed to be into the 70s all night, so it's going to be very warm. So my father-in-law had a portable air conditioner in one of his old truck sheds that he wasn't using, and he told me I could give it a whirl. So I've got that stuffed in the van. There's thunder. Well, we might get a little bit of wet rain also, but so I've got that AC in the van, but we've got to figure out a way to vent it out of a window. So I've got some junk with me. We're gonna get this stuff plugged in and we're gonna see if we can figure out how to make this air conditioner work and hope that we can sleep tonight in this hot weather. So stay tuned, y'all. All right, so there's the AC unit. It's pretty big. We've got our extension cord here. Hopefully that's long enough. I might have to move the van back. Don't really want to because the campsite's kind of forward this way, but we're down here on the river, so we're definitely hanging out in a van down by the river right now. And I'm sweating. I've got a couple of thermometers with me so we can do an indoor and outdoor one. We'll get that stuff set up, but if you can see this thing, it's kind of dirty. Like I said, it was sitting out in a shed. It was in a box, and the box was basically disintegrated, so I just threw the box away. But here, let me unclip this from my cooler here. I didn't want it to fall over, so maybe I should have done this at home before I came out here. But the plan was to take this big old unit and stick it right in here somewhere, and then you've got this hose, and this needs to go out the window. It's like a bendy straw or whatever, and there is a big hole in the back here that this clips into, and then that needs to be vented out. So while this thing should definitely work, I guess, I don't want to say it will definitely work because I haven't tried it in here. With these portable units, if it's only a single hose, it's going to suck air through these vents in the side over a radiator and push that hot air out. So it's going to constantly have the van under a suction, which isn't great. If you have a 2-hose unit, it'll use outside air and do that stuff. But this was free 95, so beggars can't be choosers, right? And we're going to see if we can set this right here. There's a drain on the back of it too, so we might have to fiddle with this pan and it might fit on the pan. I don't know how much it's actually going to need to be drained. We'll figure that out. But I've got these, it's called a premium project sheet. So it's corrugated plastic. I don't know if you guys will be able to see the corrugations in there. So what I'm going to do is try to stick this through here and then finagle this into the window up there. In my trash can down here, I've got an extra thermometer, and I've got some duct tape, and I've got some painter's tape. I'd rather not put duct tape on the paint if I don't have to, but one way or the other, ooh, I got a scissors to cut this stuff too. One way or the other, I'm just in here dripping sweat. We need to get this finagled into that window and shove this in there, and we should be able to turn this thing on and cool it down in here pretty quickly. So before we get into this, let me go ahead and grab a thermometer. Carbon monoxide, inside temperature and outside temperature. Go ahead and set this guy up right there. I'll take this guy, set him out here, maybe up here. If I open that back door, it's going to knock it off, but we go. Yeah, it's hot. All right. See, I knew it was gonna be hot. I even brought a towel with me just to wipe my face off. All right. Don't need to give myself another heart attack. I do have some nitros with me, and I have Tylenol, or excuse me, aspirin, chewable aspirins. So about as good as you can get. I have a cell phone. I've been within coverage. There's a couple raindrops. Whack. I can't really do this if it's pouring right now, and I can't, like you guys can tell, there's blue clouds behind me, maybe. I guess it's really hard to see, but it's not stormy. There's no way this can last long. Basically, I want to do it just like that. Just hold it in there with the window itself. So I just need to like plug up the sides of it, and kind of the bummer is you can see that it creates a gap, this whole edge piece. And then we've got this up here. Can I slide this over? I don't want to break the window. I don't know either. I guess it doesn't really matter which side I put it on. I just have to block this whole thing out. All right, I think I got that good enough. Of course, I've got neighbors who showed up. As long as we don't break a window. I'm trying to keep the weight off of it. I just gotta seal this side up. I might just use paper towel or something, shove it in the hole. I think we're just gonna do that. All right. Well, that didn't go terrible. Super annoyed that somebody showed up and picked a spot right next to me. But what do? All right, this pops in. There we go. Let's get this thing plugged in. Which way do you want to run this? Maybe that way. It came with these little like plastic things. I don't know if it's for the feet or what, but I'm gonna stick them under here just so it's, I feel like it's angled better. All right. Hopefully that's long enough. Just see if we can get this thing going. Let's see how much it cools it down. Currently, this says 91. Maybe if you guys can see it. Yeah, 91 degrees. So like I said, there's a drain on the back of this thing. It did come with a hose. I don't really have anywhere I could run the hose. The compressor hasn't even kicked on yet. Yeah, like I don't really have a spot to run the hose out. There we go. It's gonna be loud. But I was gonna stick this underneath of it, and that way that would catch any water if it, I imagine it's gonna need it. I'll let it run for a little while and see what happens. But we are set. I need to stuff a little bit of paper towels around the other side of that thing, but I feel like with a little bit of work I could make that fit a whole lot nicer. And if you maybe put some sort of flap on it, you could run it in the rain, I don't know. All right, y'all. It's been running for a few minutes. I closed the door and changed my shirt because I was soaked. So that's drying out, hopefully. It's already bringing the temperature down a little bit in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and crack a brew open. We'll go outside. I do need to get a fire going for dinner tonight. We'll give this thing some time to do its thing. We'll have something to drink. So on the last camping video, which has been a while obviously, I had an Uda Pills, and it was I don't know, it was an award-winning one, I believe, and it was in a white can. And so I saw this at the store and figured I'd, you know, give this a try. It's the same brand of stuff. This is a Pilsner. It's a Czech style Pilsner. And what does this say on here? It says, we brew a brilliant golden hued beer using Czech grown barley and hops, then fermented it with Czech lager yeast strain. Ours is a crisp, refreshing beer that delivers a hoppy effervescence and subtle malt flavor. And that is blowing really good. Hopefully it's not blowing on the camera too much. But yeah, Uda Pills brewing classic European style lagers and ales in Minneapolis on the banks of the Bassett Creek since 2017. So here we go, it's 5%. This does have a little, so you can move this up and down as you please. And then there's the other ones in there do their own thing. You can turn it on or off. They'll, I don't know, what do you call that? Not just rotate, it fans it? I don't know. Oh, wow. Yeah, now it's blowing at you. You might be able to hear that changing direction. I closed the curtains up there. One, because that camper just pulled in up there, but two, the hose is going to get hot. So I'm going to give this probably like 20-30 minutes at least to run, and then I'm going to check the drain to see how that's going. I know I'm going to have to drain it once. I just don't want this thing to like fill up and back up. But if I don't have to leave that drain open all night, then I won't worry about the bottom of it. And I feel like once it brings the temperature down, maybe it won't produce as much because it's also going to bring the humidity down inside of here. So yeah, let's go head outside and take a look at the river. Oh, it sounds like there's an airboat down there. Oh, there is. I wonder if he'll come this far. I don't think you guys would be able to see it. Right over here. You see that moving around at all? There's some sandbars out here. This is a fairly shallow river. Just hanging out. Well, it's a tasty beer. It's crisp. and refreshing, as you would expect. This tree has got beaver damage, it looks like. Check that out, they've got it covered up with chicken wire. But great view. We should get a nice sunset right here tonight. I'm gonna hang out. We'll get that fire going. Well, it feels good to be back out, y'all, that's for sure. It's been, this whole heart attack thing has been a wild adventure. Honestly, you know, obviously it's been physically bad, mentally it's been tough too, I'm not going to deny that. But we're back to it. We'll do at least one video a week for a while. Maybe we'll get a couple out, I don't know. I would say make sure to hit the whole notification bell thing so you know when I'm uploading. We've got some big stuff coming. I've got some cool trips booked, so I'm excited about those. And I should be at an event coming up that I'll let you guys know, but we'll make sure it's ironed out. But I'll try to give you guys at least a full month's notice, but I'll be at an event for like a meet and greet also coming up, so just gotta keep coming back and watching the videos, and we'll get this all figured out. But I really appreciate you guys sticking around through all this nonsense. You guys have been a huge help to me through this heart attack, so I appreciate it. Yeah, cheers everybody. And I'm just sweating. See what the forecast actually is. It says it's currently 90, feels like 100. Low of 70 tonight, so it's actually going to be a little bit cooler. Only low of 70. And we're in an excessive heat warning until tomorrow. Yeah. Excessive heat warning, dangerously hot conditions with heat index values up to 112. So it's been warm. But I think that air conditioner in there is going to do wonders. Because I was sitting in there fine and I'm sitting out here just dripping again. It doesn't help that I'm right next to a fire and it's 90 degrees out though. But it's been a while. Alright, it's probably time to get some dinner going. Feels good in here. It's not as cold as I expected it to be. This says it's 90.7 outside and currently 80.2 inside. But it feels really nice in here. Like it's blowing really cool. So like it feels really good in here. Even though that says it's 80 degrees. And with a high of 70 tonight, it's going to be gorgeous in here. Why don't I just take this whole cooler out there? Oh. All right. So we're gonna try something a little bit different. Try to be a little bit healthy, you know what I'm saying? Those aren't healthy, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and get all of our junk out. Oof. I think that camera leg is touching the table. It's probably flopping around a little bit. All right, so I have some chicken sausage. This is caprese chicken sausage. See that? We're gonna take that. We're gonna take some big hunks of pineapple, green pepper, red onion, and some peach Carolina Reaper wing sauce. This was sent into the channel. That was sent to the P.O. box. We're gonna take this, we're gonna hack this stuff up, and we're gonna make sausage kebabs. We've got some metal skewers here, and then I'm gonna baste them basically, or like prep them with this Carolina Reaper sauce, and then we'll stick them on the grill there. See how this turns out. I do have a little like thingy to do that with, so I'm just gonna cut it up on my plate here. We should be good, and we'll just stick them on there. I'm gonna grab a better knife out of the van quick. This is serrated, probably not the best for this. Why don't we crack another brew actually? I do have my glass. Suppose we can use the old booth cup while we're at it here, so you guys can see a little bit of color on there. Not too shabby. We won't dump it all in there. You want these to be in pretty big chunks for a kebab. So we'll just cut them in half. I thought it was supposed to be windy today. There's like no wind. No wind at all right now. We're probably going to use 2 of these, but we'll just start with 1. They're kind of individually wrapped, which is nice. And these are fully cooked, so you don't really have to worry about it cooking to a specific amount of time, which is nice for a campfire meal. We're just gonna do like, we're gonna do this in thirds, and see what happens. Check that out, y'all. All right. I should have grabbed, oh, you know what? I gotta take this apart. I completely forgot about the pineapple. You guys are probably screaming out there. Okay. Big hunks of pineapple. I can open it. Bam. There we go. Alright, we did it right that time. That looks incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and make another one. I've got 2 skewers with me, so, and plenty of vegetables here. Shablam. There we go. That looks great. I got a little bit of leftover vegetables here. I don't think I'm gonna need these. I'm excited for this one. All right. So now we're gonna take some of this. We're just gonna dump it on there. We'll use our little basty thing. We're gonna try to get these nice and covered before we throw them on the fire. And since this is in such a big bottle, I'm not too worried about it being super hot. It's probably gonna be hot, but it says this private selection of wing sauce is the perfect balance of delicious fruit and heat. Sweet peaches are complemented by the fire of jalapenos and scorching hot Carolina Reaper peppers for a uniquely spicy fruit-flavored sauce. Fruit-forward sauce. We'll see what happens. Sounds tasty. I think it's going to work great for this. If I can get it open with my sweaty fingers. There we go. This thing is so moist, the label's falling off. All right. Oof. Hoping this will like caramelize kind of on here. It's dripping off. That's going to be real good. I got a lot of it on there. It's all over my spare veggies, so we're about to find out how hot that actually is. But first, let's go stick these on the fire. Alright, let's see what these veggies taste like with that sauce on it. Curious how spicy it is. Uh-oh. That's a little saucier than I thought it was going to be. That's got a kick. Well, I really hope that the grill brings that down a bit, because that's going to be really hot. That's spicier than I expected for such a big bottle. It's gonna be good though. It's gonna be good. Well, I think these are done, but the sun has gone down. I think I'm gonna head inside where it's nice and cool, and we'll try to eat these in there. Ooh. Oh, it feels so much nicer in here. It says it's 76 degrees in here right now. It feels so much better. So much better. It's warm outside. Oh. Alright. I kind of feel like I need to try to turn this down. Turn the fan down, I guess. Set to 64. It's not 64 degrees in here. It's cold blowing right on you. Alright. We gotta give this nonsense a whirl, see what it's all about. feel like I'm disorganized, but it's been a little while. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this just so we have something better to use. I finished my beer already. But this looks great. It didn't get too like roasted or anything, just looks really tasty. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take it all off the skewers. I finished the vegetables that I had left on the plate. They were very spicy. So I'm a little worried about these. But I feel like cooking them will definitely have taken a lot of that spice away. But yeah, habanero. Peach Carolina Reaper sauce. Let's see what it's about. Definitely gotta start with the sausage. Plenty warm. You can definitely get the caprese taste or whatever. Not overly spicy. Good smoky flavor to it though, because it was been on the fire. All right, let's try this pineapple. That's all good and not overly spicy. Plenty of veggies in there. Yeah, this is good. This is pretty spicy without cooking it, that's for sure. But putting it on the fire like that, ooh, definitely takes a lot of the kick out of it. We got to give these a try. Something a little salty would do me good right now. Whew. And I'm starting to sweat. Good thing I got an air conditioner and a towel. All right, Pringles chili cheese fries. I've never seen these for sale around here, so thanks for sending them in. Let's see what these are all about. I don't know if I get the flavor. Chili cheese fries. Maybe? I don't know. It's good flavor, but I'm having a hard time getting fries, chili cheese fries out of that. Maybe because I've got this sauce in my mouth, I'm not really tasting it, but I don't know. They're good. If I'm not careful, I'll eat the whole thing before the night's over, but I don't know. It's a different flavor. I don't know if I'm getting French fries out of that. Well, this is really good. I would definitely do this again. And the simplicity of using like a pre-cooked sausage, any kind of sausage would work. You can do this with hot dogs. Makes it really good. You can glaze it with anything, like any kind of barbecue sauce. You could do it with ketchup or mustard even before you put it on there. Give it that little bit of extra flavor and like that caramelize it, because it did kind of caramelize on there. Very good. I'm gonna get this finished up and cleaned up and probably get my curtains closed. Get ourselves a movie going. I downloaded Shrek. Haven't watched that in a long time. Oh, Billy Madison is on Amazon right now. That's a great flick. I don't know if I want to watch that right now though. Bottle Rocket, I haven't seen that in a long time. The Animal, I'm gonna watch The Animal. I haven't seen that in a long time. Lay back and give this a watch. It's with Rob Schneider. A hopeless police recruit, played by Rob Schneider, is transformed into a primal super cop after a doctor uses animal parts to save his life. So this should be pretty good. It's a good flick. And I have seen this before, so. Oh, and I got a new sheet set. I think you guys probably saw that by now. I picked that up at the Target. It's nice and fancy. I think it's called Bugs and Butterflies or Butterflies and Bugs. Anyways, I think it fits in here fairly well. Actually, we're gonna leave that now. Oh, such a great movie. I forget how many little cameo spots. I guess I don't know if I would call it a cameo that Norm Macdonald had, and then of course Adam Sandler showed up because it was a it's an Adam Sandler Happy Madison movie. I'm gonna get crashed out. We're sitting at 82 outside, 69 inside. Nice. It's working great, and like I said, it feels cooler in here than I would say that is, because you've got this just cold air blasting right on you. But yeah, it's only been able to keep it, you know, 10 to 15 degrees colder than the outside temperature, so it is what it is. I'm not complaining about it. Because it feels very nice in here right now. Alright. Bottom of it. Anyways, I'm gonna get these lights shut off. Get my shirt off probably. I feel like I could turn the fan down on this thing though. Got the fan all the way blasting. We're gonna turn that to low. I think I'm going to turn the temperature up to like, although it's not going to get that cold inside here. I don't know. We'll just leave it at 64. But low fan speed. I don't need that blowing right on me. And actually, I'm going to wait till this thing turns. You can see that moving. Get it away from my face. We'll stop it right there. Leave that cranked up. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, y'all. Just woke up. Get some light going for you guys. Man, how does that look? Well, I slept great in here. I don't think that thing ever shut off last night. Like it says right now that it's 81 outside and 67 in here. You guys can see that, I don't know. And it's 9:08 in the morning. It's gonna be another warm one today, but I was incredibly comfortable in here last night, even though like the temperature didn't get down to like the lows that I'm usually used to sleeping in at home or whatever. The fact that it was, you know, there's cold air blowing in here, and this is taking the humidity out of the air, at least supposedly it is. It feels way better than outside. I went outside to pee and tried to get like a shot, and my camera immediately fogged over outside, so that could tell you something. I almost died the other day. I'm all doped up now, and I gotta take my pills this morning. Can't forget to take my pills. So I know where I put them. Got a chewable aspirin and something else. I don't know what it is. I don't remember. But I had to eat with these, which is different. Normally I don't eat breakfast, so I've had to start eating something every morning. Which is good for you, I know. But I do have something in here, I suppose. Got a banana. Banana! Didn't have something else in here. Nope. Yeah. Oh, this one. Drop a skunky old beer from last night. Whoa. Should have rinsed that out last night. Gross. I didn't want to be drinking any hot coffee, although it's cool enough in here. Definitely could make a cup of warm coffee. I've been like definitely cut way back on my coffee consumption also. I went from drinking like a 12 cup coffee pot every morning at home to 1 cup of coffee. So it's all part of heart healthy nonsense, I guess. But grabbed a Starbucks Nitro cold brew. I believe I've had one of these before, but it's been a while, and I think I drank it out of the can the last time I had one. And this says gently shake can once, pop open, and pour hard into a cold glass. I don't have a cold glass, but I do have a glass. There's our cup of joe this morning. It's cold coffee, what do you expect? It's not terrible. I need to, I feel like I lost a month of my life over this stupidness, and I had planned to be a little bit farther on the van progress this summer. I haven't done anything to it, but it did about kill me, so it's just lucky I didn't drive it off a cliff, so. But we're gonna knock some more stuff out. Like, I say that because I need to trim these curtains up and sew them up, and I had planned to have the whole cabinet thing here built by now, and it's what it is. Need some wheels, a little bit more low, all that nonsense. And a cold banana. All right, I need to unplug this thing, see if something actually drains out of it. But I'm getting ready to go. See what happens with this thing. Ouch. Alright, just shut it off. It's gonna get hot in here. Curious if there is water in that drain somehow and it like needs to be tipped up, but it's surprising to me that it didn't have anything in it yet. It is nice not to listen to it. Don't know what I'm doing in here. It's guess I gotta roll the window down a little bit to get it out of there. Man, it's already getting hot in here. You can leave this on, but it's definitely easier to move it around without that on there. And my little junk out of the window, but that worked. That's about all I needed, and a couple little paper towels. The other side. All right. Nope, no wet spot or anything on the carpet. So here's the drain on the bottom of it, and I was just gonna try to pull it out, and got it sitting at an angle now, so let's see if anything comes out of it. Yeah, a little bit. So not much. Over the course of, I don't know, yeah, probably at least 12 hours, that little bit of water is all it's made. So it can store a little bit in there for a while. And it definitely wasn't like at the thing, because if you have it, get my carpet a little wet, but if you have it sitting up in here like this, see, it's not draining. So it definitely needs to be a little bit of an angle, I guess, in order to drain like that, unless it gets full. But it's nice to know that you can run it for a while and not have to worry about that. But I'll probably need to leave it open and let it like fully evaporate out of there. I'll do that once I get home, but that's not bad. You know, you could set something up so it drains on its own, or you can just make sure you drain it a couple of times a day, which does mean you have to move it around, which is kind of annoying. But all in all, this is better than nothing, you know. I'm gonna get this thing strapped up in here. I bungeed it to my cooler because my cooler wasn't gonna fall over or anything. Whew, it's heavy, dude. It is heavy. There, it won't fall over now. I'm gonna finish our coffee. Could probably take that thing back, get my $4. I don't know if I'm super worried about it. I guess I gotta grab my chair and junk. Not a bad morning. Great little trip. Great to be out. This is definitely a confidence boost, you know. After something like a heart attack happens, getting back out and doing stuff like this on your own is definitely a little bit intimidating. But you can't let it stop you. So I don't know, don't want to get too into that nonsense. I don't want to talk about it too much, but you know, life happens and you just got to keep pushing, y'all, especially in your own lives. If anything happens, just keep pushing through it. You know, like I said, it was rough on me. Spent a few days in bed feeling sorry for myself, but here we are. You got to pull yourself out of it and get back after it. But I don't know, I think on that note, it's probably time to just close this one out. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to try to get back to just our normal schedule of Sundays and Thursdays, but for the next couple of weeks it might just be Thursday. We'll see what I can do, especially with the heat and everything. So definitely hit the little bell button. If you thought the video was cool, definitely give it a like. That helps me out a lot, and all that nonsense. And as always, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.